Good morning. Barbara at Queens Avenue Taro. I wanted to jump on and see how you guys were and maybe go over a couple things. One of them is, Mary Trump recording Marianne Trump, we'll forget her last name, Barry, Judge Barry, and the 15 hours of recording that she got. I was listening to the news last night, and of course my husband is a Republican, so it's true. She was being as honest as the day is long. She was coming right out and saying what was on her mind. She knows her brother. His niece knows her uncle. They know who this person is, this awful person that we were dealing with, who is saying, let me see what he says. He says, the only thing standing between the American dream and total anarchy, madness and chaos is me. And if we don't win, it's all gone. Jesus. No one is safe and no one is spared. Pete Buttigieg says, America is not better off. We've got COVID, the economy, the disastrous leadership. Now, let's talk about the economy, because the economy is not the stock market. The stock market is artificially propped up. That's why it's 27,000 right now. But people have lost jobs. People are unemployment. People aren't going to work. People aren't getting paid. People are standing in food lines. And you know what else? It's going to get bad again. COVID has maybe slowed down just a little bit, but that's not the end of it. There's going to be a second wave. Plus, we're going to have the flu coming. So, you guys, get your flu shots. You won't be able to get a COVID shot yet, but let me move over in the middle. But you don't want COVID and the flu at the same time. You just don't want that. So get a flu shot. And I'm going to make my husband get one. So anyway, Buttigieg says the world is changing right in front of our eyes. And we need to figure out who we are and, what we are. What is this country? We can't lose this democracy. So I want to tell you again about COVID and why we've had such a problem with it. Years and years ago, in 1929, we elected Herbert Hoover as president. And right after he was elected, the stock market crashed, and that was the beginning of the Great Depression. Well, he was one of these guys who are like, keep the federal government out of it. It's a state's thing. Let each state fend for themselves. And if he would have gone in with a federal kind of plan, it would not have been as disastrous as it was. This is happening again. Trump wants the states to handle it, and in turn, it's become a disaster. First it's a hoax, then it's going to disappear, then it's all somebody else's fault, and then the federal government is not going to step in. At the same time, these states go out and they buy a mask and all this kind of stuff, and FEMA goes in and takes the products they're ordering. But God. Even Karl Rove. Now, I was listening to last night, I can't stand Karl Rove, but he was talking about how Trump was on board with QAnon. Now, my sister is into QAnon. I don't talk to my sister, but even Karl Rove, somebody like I would never agree with on anything, says that QAnon are, quote, nuts and kooks, unquote. Joblessness is growing. We haven't heard anything about the border. You know that there are probably still more people coming across. And you know that people in that have been detained all these months, over a year, over 2 years, they're getting sick in those cages. And which leads me to Stephen Miller, the pride of the White House, Stephen Miller. Okay, so he held this meeting in the White House, and he had everybody vote on whether or not to separate the children at the, he's a monster, he's a racist monster. He had a vote, a hands up vote, who wants to separate children from their parents. Well, Kirsten Nielsen did not vote yes. I don't know who all voted yes or no, but Sessions voted yes, Miller voted yes. I mean, that's monstrous. But he said, if you don't vote yes, this is going to be the end of our country as we know it. Why? Because brown people are going to come in? Because white is might? White is right? No, that's not right. That's just not right. So all of those people are going to need therapy, and I feel like we should pay for it. I don't remember who said this, but Nancy Pelosi, quote, "This is the greatest human rights tragedy of our time. Don't pay any attention to what the president is saying because it's all designed to suppress the vote." And we knew that, so. Anyway, I wanted to read on Miller because I think he needs to get gone. And I would like to know what happens to him. Oh, Trump is dismantling everything, but you know, one of the people who are original people who are there from the get-go was Stephen Miller. So I wish I had a top, or however you say it, deck for him. But we're going to do my new deck. I probably have to shuffle it up really good because it's the Mystical Tarot, and I haven't used it yet, and it's totally in order. So we've got to clear these cards, and I'm clearing these cards by shuffling them around on the floor, around and around. I also saw somebody who said that you could knock your cards before you shuffle them again to clear your cards between each reading, which I thought, that's cool. I mean, you don't have to hold them over a candle, although that works too, but here's a card that just popped up. This is the Page of Cups. So, message. Stephen Miller, Stephen Miller. What's going to happen to you? I think he should almost face something like what you would think of as war crimes. This is, I just can't believe that this is happening on our soil. You know, there's a law that says, the wet foot, dry foot rule. If you come in a boat and you have 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot in the water, you can claim asylum. And they have changed all of that. What happened to give us you're tired, you're poor? What happened to that? That's just maddening. And I know if I'm this upset about this kind of stuff, I know there's a lot of people out there that are mad about it too. So I just want to tell you guys one thing. Please vote. Whatever it takes for you to vote, you've got to vote. It's just so important this year. If you've never voted before, if you never plan to vote again, please vote this time. There are more Democrats than there are Republicans. There are more liberals than there are conservatives. There are more of us than there are of them. And if we all vote, we will win. Problem is, people don't vote. I think 40% of people vote. So, you guys, we gotta make. It's up to us. We gotta do this. This is how we change things. This is what it's not just a right. It's a responsibility. I mean, I truly believe that. It's a responsibility. Because have you guys been watching what's the name of that show? I hated the book because it was so depressing, but it's The Handmaid's Tale. I read the book years and years ago. And then I started watching it on Netflix or Hulu or whatever it is. It's a really good show, but God, it's depressing, and I don't want to live like that. I just don't. I'm just not cut out for that kind of life. I don't like being told what to do, and I don't like being told what to think. So, okay, I think I got him pretty well cleared for the first time that I'm reading with this new deck. It's the Mystical Tarot, and these are beautiful cards. It's the back. This is the front. This is by made in Italy, so it's not U.S. games. Aren't they pretty? Yeah, they're really, really pretty. So anyway, we're gonna look into Stephen Miller. What's gonna happen to Stephen Miller? What is gonna happen to Stephen Miller? Will he get his just desserts? Is Stephen Miller gonna get what's coming to him? Is Stephen Miller, is he gonna end up in prison? What's gonna happen to Stephen Miller? Stephen Miller. I can't even believe somebody would marry him. Stephen Miller, Stephen Miller. Okay, let's see. Get my book out here. Okay, this is the card that covers him. This is the challenge, or the card that crosses him. This is the card that's below subconscious thoughts. This is the card that's behind him, or the immediate past. The crowning card, which is possible, it's the future. And this is the near future. This card is internal influences, subconscious weaknesses. This card is outside influences, so the opinions of others. These are hopes and dreams, hopes and fears, wishes, hopes and fears. And this is the final outcome. Good, you guys can see. Oh, cool, it's all on there. Okay, Stephen Miller. He's spinning his own. Oh, look. The Knight, the Eight of Swords. I don't know these cards very well. So, Eight of Swords, reversed, crossed by the Nine of Wands, I think. Seven of Wands. Below him, behind him, is the Eight of Pentacles. So he's been working away at his little craft. Behind him is the King of Wands. Above him, crowned, I think that's the King of Pentacles. That's what it looks like. I've never used these cards, so. Okay, so this card in front of him is the Six of Swords. The Chariot is internal influences, weaknesses. This is the outside influences, which is the Five of Swords, reversed. Oh, he's sitting up in his bed worrying. Nine of Swords is his hopes or fears, and the final outcome, Strength, upside down. So Eight of Swords, reversed. You know, this is the card where you're tied and bound. So it's unstuck. Freedom. And the Seven of Wands is where the guy is, defending himself. Below him is this is the guy working at his craft. This is the basis. So he's working away trying to get more of these people out of the country. Okay, the King of Wands reversed. Yeah. So this is like artistic. This up here, it's friendly, creative, kindness, liberality, and generosity, but it's reversed. And so this is kind of a Neptunian kind of guy, you know, dark temperament, dishonest, double dealing, loss, and scandal behind him. And the King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, perverse use of talents. Okay, so this is the Six of, in his future, near future, is the Six of Swords. Normally this would be going from a little turbulence into smooth water, but it's reversed. So he's going to stay in turbulence. He's not going anywhere fast. He's going to still have a rocky ride to wherever he's going. The Chariot reversed. God, look at all these reverse cards. You know, seldom did I see this. Now, I saw this with Louis de Joy, all these reverse cards. But I haven't read on Miller before. This is decadent desires, unethical victories, vengeance, collapse. Those are his internal thoughts, or his internal influences. The external influences or opinions of others is the Five of Swords. And what everybody else thinks is the weakness. Stormy weather ahead for Stephen. Defeat is what we all think. Or external influences, he's not going to win this. Of course, the Nine of Swords, these are the Furies. These are what keep you up late at night worrying. You can't sleep because you're worried. And the outcome, Strength card, reversed. Yeah, abuse of power, chaos, discord. Doesn't look like he's going to jail anytime soon. Because that's unbound, that's freedom. This is fighting, defending himself at his craft. But he's going to be in turbulence. None of these cards are good. Not one of them. It's because he's a monster. Ooh. He is a monster. Now, listen, you guys. If there's anything that you want me to read on, just leave it in the comments, okay? And thanks to all the new people who subscribed. I can't believe it. I'm really happy. Thank you. Okay, we're going to mix these up again because we need to get that off my cards. Knock them. I really would like to see that dude in jail because I don't think he would last very long. Especially since 60% probably of the people in prisons are black or brown. I just don't understand white supremacy. I just don't. I never have understood that. You know, I did my DNA, and I am 100% Northern European. I mean, I don't have a drop of any other blood in me other than white, and I was so disappointed when I found out. I mean, God, could I not have some Jewish blood or American Indian blood or Asian blood? No, I don't have any of that. And but you know, like I said earlier, I spent some time out in Arizona with Zuni Indian tribes, and you know, on their reservation, and It's really kind of magical out there. I think the whole thing is on a vortex, but in one meditation reading that I got, somebody told me that I was a member of the Turtle Clan, and I thought, well, how could that be? Well, the only way it could have happened, because I know my genealogy back to practically the beginning of time, but I mean, souls. You know, it's like remember all of the people that died in Nazi Germany during World War II? All the Jews, all the Jews, and the Romanians, and all those people that were killed. Well, right after that started the baby boom, and I am a boomer, by the way. And you know, those souls had to go somewhere. So, I don't know. I guess that doesn't account for a lot of the white supremacists that are my age, but I'm glad I feel the way I do. So, okay, so again, you know, if you want to read on anything in particular, please let me know in the comments. I like getting the comments. I read all of them. So, let's see what else were we going to do. Clear those cards. Okay. I was thinking about, I wrote this down yesterday. So, you know, Marion Barry was talking about how he cheats, and not Marion Barry, but Mary Trump was saying he cheats at everything. He cheats as a way of life. Well, we know he cheats at golf. He cheats on his wives. Oh, I got a funny story to tell you about that if I hadn't told you about it already. You know why he and Marla Maples met in churches? Because nobody would look for them there. So he cheats on his taxes. He cheats subcontractors out of the money that he owes them. He cheats to win elections. He cheats. That's all he knows how to do. He cheats. He's a cheater. I mean, liars and cheaters, they're bad. So, another thing that I'm concerned about, you know, I used to live in Asheville, North Carolina. And North Carolina is completely, it's pretty red. But Asheville, North Carolina, the city, is like a little Key West in the mountains. It's a very cool, very, very liberal, very progressive town. But the county, which is, Asheville is in Buncombe County, is gerrymandered so heavily that it always goes for the Republicans. And, you know, they're not Republicans. The majority of Buncombe County are not Republicans. So I want to know if we can un-gerrymander this country. Let's say, okay, so I don't think Joe's going to be in there for 2 terms, but he said the other day that he would absolutely do 2 terms. I mean, he might not. Who knows? If he does, and then Kamala is in there for 2 terms, that's 16 years. In 16 years, can we un-gerrymander this house? Our country. Whoops. 3 of Pentacles. People are working on it, talking about it. Can we un-gerrymander? What's going to happen about gerrymandering? First, we got to win the House and the Senate. Then we got to get rid of Kavanaugh. Okay, are we going to be able to un-gerrymander? Gerrymandering is just another way to suppress the vote. North Carolina is terrible about it. Are we going to be able to un-gerrymander our country? Should we just do a yes and no? Let's do a 6-card yes and no. So, do you remember how that works? We lay 6 cards out. If they're cups and wands, it's yes. If they're swords or pentacles, it's no. If the sun is in there, it's yes. If the moon is in there, it's no. Any other major arcana cards come out, and then we see what's left. And if it's a tie, we draw again, okay? Okay, so are we going to be able to un-gerrymander this country? Are we going to be able to un-gerrymander this country? Okay, let's see. cards. Whoops. Okay, 6 cards. And if they're upside down, we just turn them right side up. So, cup and a wand, pentacle, cup. Oh yeah, we're going to be able to. Swords. So we got sword and a pentacle and 3 cups and wands. So yeah, we're going to be able to do it. Yay! God, aren't these pretty cards? I think this is the Knight of Cups. Aren't they pretty? Okay, so you know what I was telling you about a while ago? You know what I was telling you about a while ago about how I was told I was a member of the Turtle Clan, which I think is really cool. It's like they told me just go out and sit on a rock in the, in North Carolina it was mountains, so there were lots of rocks. There's not many rocks around here, but go out and sit on a rock, sit on the ground, and meditate because you're a member of the Turtle Clan. I really don't know what much that's about, but I have these really cool medicine cards, and that's what I'd like to do. And I don't have the. Okay, I'm gonna put. There's some in here that are blanks, and so I'm gonna pull those out because I don't want to use those. So I'm gonna mix these up, and we'll pull a card from an animal spirit. My animal spirit is the hawk. I actually had a hawk come and sit by me once, which was a wild hawk. And I see them all the time. I see them everywhere. The hawk, yeah, the hawk is my spirit animal. Okay, so these are cleared. I'm just going to cut the deck and pick one. The possum. Who knew? Now, I don't know what the possum means, but let's see, because I have the book. Okay, so that's number 23, possum. Okay, so these are kind of long. So let's just do the gist of it. The little poem says, "Oh, possum, roll over. Are you really dead, or are you just playing possum?" Was it something I said? It's the greatest form of protection is to play dead. Possum medicine uses a great deal of strategy. If all else fails, possum plays dead. Okay. Possum may be relaying to you that you are to expect the unexpected and be clever in achieving your victory. This could be a victory over a bothersome salesman or a nosy neighbor. In essence, possum is beckoning you to use your brain, your sense of drama, and surprise to leap over some barrier in your progress. Cool. Who knew? Okay, you guys, I'm going to sign off, but please, thank you so much for coming, and please subscribe. Hit the like button, thumbs up, and hit the bell if you want to know when I'm coming on next. I try to come on every day. So I know a lot of people are stuck at home, and I know this kind of helps because I know how I feel. I just I want to know what's going to happen. I'm worried too. So anyway, hopefully this will help some of you. Thanks so much. Bye.